Well, on this latest edition of DWZ Discussion, we'll be talking about Yoshi wrestler YuuRi. If you aren't familiarized with her, YuuRi is a Yoshi wrestler in Japan who originally started out in Takumi Chinuku's promotion and wrestling school, Just Tap Out. But in 2021, she made the very interesting decision to leave the promotion and jump gears to become a freelancer, but she made Ganbare Pro as her home base. She has been wrestling in other locations such as Marvelous, uh, Ice Ribbon, and a few other small locations. But however, what I find her interesting is her journey. She left GTO due to some, let's just say that she couldn't be around, knowing that her own friends and people she's been around in her same class were succeeding far more better than her. She decided to find her own path outside, that which led her for her first championship win, and also something very cool that took place in Ganbare. So let's get started on this latest edition of DWZ Discussions. Welcome, everybody, to DWZ Discussions, where we discuss various topics on pro wrestling, such as the wrestlers themselves, the matches, or anything else that we like to get our hands on. I am your host, J Rod here. So, if you are new to the channel, if you like what you see and you want to keep on watching all of our material, please click subscribe. But if you like this episode, give us a like. So, let's get this show on the road. Today's discussion is about YuuRi. Now, those who are not familiarized with her, as I said before, YuuRi's a Yoshi wrestler out of Japan. She's only 25 years old. She is from Tokyo. She's 5'1", 110 pounds. She's known as the glamorous Viking. Her finishers are the 619, the sleeper hold, and of course the swanton bomb. Now, what is it about YuuRi that drives me to become a fan? Well, there's a lot of things about her. Now, she actually started wrestling in Just Tap Out. She debuted. First things first. Just Tap Out is run by Takumi Chinuku. Now, those who aren't familiarized with Takumi Chinuku, those who are, good for you. Takumi Chinuku, you may remember him part of the Attitude Era in WWE. Back then was when it was known as WWF. You also may remember him as a member of Kaientai, where they do little like not lip syncing, but more like they just move their lips, but they're not in fact saying a thing. So Taka was well known for that. He even had his a promotion called Kaientai, but he had to leave due to a scandal that he got himself into, and then opened up his own, another promotion slash dojo called Just Tap Out. Now YuuRi, on the other hand, debuted on the 11th of November. Not much I have been well known about YuuRi during her GTO. But the only thing that caught my attention about her was she was amongst the Yoshi wrestlers that announced that they were leaving their respective promotions. Now, this was a period where, of course, Stardom at that time were saying to Yoshi wrestlers who are thinking about leaving the promotions to say, come on down, guys, our doors are open. Now, many people have speculated that many of these wrestlers, that includes YuuRi, that would be, of course, heading to Stardom. However, some remain as freelancers because they felt they can do things more, go to wherever promotion they have the freedom that they want. But YuuRi, on the other hand, ended up going to Ganbare Pro. Now, you probably could ask yourselves, why would she go there? Well, Ganbare Pro is not well known as, being a promotion. It's more where they have male wrestlers and female wrestlers coexist, like a co-ed promotion. But not to mention, they do have like intergender matches, where of course the female wrestlers face the males. We have that. YuuRi was amongst those that kind of felt that she was one of those wrestlers that wanted to be there. However, she was under the tutelage of Yuna Manase. Now, those who aren't familiarized with Yuna Manase, Yuna Manase is a well-known, respected veteran wrestler, but she's also well-known as being a teacher, teaching, training wrestlers themselves. You may know a few of them: Tam Nakano, Natsupoi, Sario Noi, Unagi, Tai Hamna, Maika Ozaki. Who else? Nao Kakuta, and various others. These are the wrestlers that she trained. Yuri, on the other hand, was under her tutelage since went to Ganbare. Of course, Yuna has always encouraged her, knowing not to give up despite the fact that she keeps losing her matches. And it makes her cry knowing because not a whole lot was told why she left, you know, Just Tap Out. But all we know is that Yuri never gave up no matter what Yuna tried to do, like saying, don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. And that's always been her thing. However, like she was also well known as when Yuna had to be confronted by one of her former students, Unagi invited her to be part of New Blood. Now, this is part before she left Stardom to go freelancing. Yuri became more of a wrestler that was people don't recognize, but her opponent was none other former Cosmic Angel and now DDM Mai Sakurai. So basically, Mai Sakurai kind of felt like, oh, now I had to clean up the mess that Unagi did. It was an okay match. I mean, not to mention Mai Sakurai won that match, no matter what happened. But we haven't seen her go back to New Blood since then, but she has been appearing in other promotions. I know she appeared in Marvelous, Ice Ribbon. Now, I did not watch these matches live, but everything went well. However, one of the most interesting things during Ganbare, they announced for another Ganbare show that they want a promotion that they wanted to launch, and this one's called Ganbare Joshi, or in short, GanJo. Now, Ganbare Pro is also known as GanPro. Now, this was a new thing that they wanted to do, where the GanJo is all about just the Joshi wrestlers wrestling, no intergender matches or tags or anything, strictly all women. And that was a pretty good idea, and I had that distinct feeling that Yuna Manase was possibly the brains behind it. Now, however, due to some unfortunate circumstances, Yuna Manase got injured, and apparently during a press conference they decided they wanted to postpone the launch until Yuna Manase is fully recovered. But however, Yuri and a fellow Joshi wrestler who also wrestles in Ganbare, Yoshiko Hasegawa, pleaded them not to shut this down, that they have to restart the whole thing even without Yuna Manase. And of course, tears were coming in their eyes because they felt like they want to make Ganbare Joshi their home. And of course, Ken Oka, who runs Ganbare Pro, heard their plead and their case, and he decided, okay, I will restart the whole thing. So that was pretty much it. But of course, but of course, Yoshiko and Yuri ended up in a match against wrestlers who have been, Yoshi wrestlers who been with Ganbare Pro, and that is of course Arukaze and Mao Haruhi, who's currently right now on a leave of absence, defeated Yuri and Hasegawa in a tag match. However, in the post match, Arukaze and Haruhi praised Yuri and Yoshiko for what they did to keep Ganbare Joshi alive. And I think this kind of helped Yuri to gain a lot of respect with her fellow Joshi wrestlers, especially those who normally participate in Ganjo. And I think that sets her up. But because of this, Yuri has been, how do I say this, getting a lot of recognition. But however, her past seems to caught up with her with the arrival of someone she did not anticipate to see, and that is of course Tomoka Inaba. Now, Tomoka Inaba also is from Just Tap Out, one of Takame Shinuku's students. It appears that she decided to show up and torment Yuri once again. Now, the real reasons why Yuri left Just Tap Out wasn't because, she was unhappy. Let's just say that she felt that she couldn't catch up what the others were doing, especially those and her teammates. Now, Tomoka Inaba did put herself in a match against um, Yuri to put her title on the line at the time, which is the Queens of GTO, but unfortunately lost. But that wasn't over yet. She once again had to deal with another group of friends from her past, and that is, of course, Misa Kaguta, where some people are dubbed her as the clone of Tam Nakano, and of course, Sumika Yanagawa. Now, these two ladies also came around and not tormented her, but tried to get in her head. But unfortunately, Yuri and Yoshi Hasegawa lost in the match. But once again, they decided to torment her by telling them that their tag name is 111. Hold on, 1111, which is, of course, ironically, the same day that all three of them debuted. It turns out that November 11, 2020, Yuri, Sumika Yamagawa, and Misa Kaguta all debuted together in the same day, November 11, 2020. Yuri feel like there was a deep regret that she wished she could have been part of that, but however, she had to face her past. So she had singles matches with both of these ladies. However, she was unsuccessful in defeating Sumika Yanagawa, which was a huge disappointment. However, she had to face another person, Misa Kaguta, in a separate match. But this is where now things change. Somehow, Yuri was able to defeat Kaguta. It was a very interesting thing. It felt more like, she finally fulfilled that. She finally beat them and catch up to them. But however, that wasn't any more of the case anymore, because now the roles have been reversed for Kaguta. Now, if you don't know what I'm referring to, I'll explain. On July 17th, recently in Ice Ribbon, Yuri was involved in a much big match where she was challenging for the Ice Infinity title against Totoro. I have to say, I was not anticipating this one. I did not watch this match, but she won her first championship match. So she defeated Totoro to become the brand new Ice Infinity champion. But one thing that was really interesting is, of course, not only that, Yuri also made friends with another wrestler who's also a freelancer named Amchan. Amchan even won her first championship title. They were really good friends, and I seen photos with them on Twitter. They normally team up in either in Ganbare or in Ice Ribbon. But one thing that was interesting, as I mentioned before, Yuri felt that she couldn't keep up to what the others in Just Tap Out were doing. Now the roles are reversed because Misa Kaguta saw Amchan and both Yuri. Now they both have championship matches, and it's like now she has to catch up to her. But I don't think neither of her her old friends, uh, Yanagawa and Kaguta, were able to get championship matches. I know they have challenged the GTO, the Queen of the GTO, before, but they never were successful against Tomoka Inaba, who was at the time the top Yoshi wrestler in GTO. So basically now the roles reversed, because Yuri making the decision to leave GTO to go freelancing might have been the best decision for her, because she is now making a name for herself, and that's what I like about her story. It shows that, like, she saw that she's not actually catching up with her friends. She thought that maybe she'll do better outside of it, go somewhere else. But of course, her being praised as the savior for Ganbare Joshi was one things that made her have recognition, and I think that's what drove the attention of Inaba, Yanagawa, and of course Kaguta. But however, she's now mid-making. Now, what is Yuri's next objective now that she's been rising up? Well, two things have come across in this, and it happened during the much recent Ganbare Pro show, French Connection, recently. She issued a challenge towards the newly crowned Spirit of Ganbare World Openweight Champion, Isami Kodaka, who just defeated Mizuki Wadase at Wrestle Sekigahara 2. So she issued a challenge, and of course, Kodaka actually accepted the challenge. However, she wasn't done. She said that she wants to defend her newly titled the Ice Infinity belt against Ami Manase at the next Ganjo show, which of course it will happen. It's going to be on August 11th. As for the Spirit of Ganbare um, the Spirit of Ganbare World Openweight title, that is still yet to be determined. But she said the only reason she challenged for that belt is to bring it back to Ganbare where it belongs. Kodaka is not a part of the GanPro promotion. He has his own promotion, Wrestling Bazaar, Pro Wrestling Bazaar. That's from what I know. So we'll see how that goes. So no announcement on that particular match has been, but I feel that right now YuuRi will build up more momentum as not only as a champion, but also try to prove that she can reach the highest level and on her own at a different location. Try to not surpass, but more like try to catch up what everybody else has been doing. So that's going to be interesting to see. Can't wait to see what else YuuRi can do in the future, but we just wait and see. But for right now, I think we'll just end it right here for everybody. So I hope everybody uh, likes YuuRi. By the end of this video, and right before I end this thing, I will throw in a photo of her winning the Ice Infinity belt, one of the most emotional moments of her career. And that's what makes me to become a fan of her, that she had a long journey knowing that she couldn't catch up to her teammates, but now she made her own damn not legacy, but more her own momentum no matter what happens. So until next time, I will see you guys in the next DWZ time. Same DWZ channel. I must bid all of you adieu. So goodbye. Mwah. And have a nice day. Bang.